You'll have to pardon me, I hadn't shaved yet today. So I'm looking a little scruffy. I just backed up to the dock, picked up his load going up to Louisville, Kentucky. And I've been thinking about rates, and for the longest time, brokers are telling me and other people about this being a slow time of year. It's now early April. They're saying this is a slow time of year. January, February, March, traditionally slow time of year, about mid-January, I guess. And the rates always drop down in slow time. And I'm confused because it doesn't make sense. It costs just as much to run this truck in January as it does in June. And in fact, it may cost more because, fuel costs may go up. But I just never have been able to wrap my head around this slow time of year, freight rates dropping, the amount of freight moving dropping, and that doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, are these factories reducing production in January, February, March? Are they not shipping as much because they're not producing as much? You've heard so much about all these ships sitting off the coast of California can't get into the ports because they can't get unloaded, blah blah blah, and yet they're saying that freight is slow. They say you can't find enough drivers. Companies are begging for drivers. Some companies paying as much as a $15,000 bonus to get drivers to sign on. And at the same time, they're moving less freight. And brokers are saying that rates are lower, and none of this makes any sense to me whatsoever. I mean, this has to be just pure market manipulation. There's no other explanation for it. When people are complaining about store shelves being empty, you can't get Johnny some toy for Christmas because, it's sitting on a ship off the coast of California. Can't get it into the dock, can't get it unloaded. This just doesn't make any sense to me. So I'm a little bit confused. Why would the time of year affect the amount of freight being moved and affect the rates? I mean, like I said earlier, it costs just as much to run this truck in January as it does June. And that, in fact, it may cost more to run it in June than what it does in January, depending on what fuel costs are. But same thing applies for longer runs. I mean, if it costs you, let's say it costs you, for argument's sake, it costs you $1 a mile to operate your truck, pay yourself, etc., etc. All right, so $1 a mile, and you're going to go 500 miles. So you want to pay yourself and cover your actual expenses and all. You want to you want to charge, say, $4 a mile in order to run a profitable company. And it's going to cost you, your hard cost is going to be $1 a mile. And that may fluctuate a little bit, again, depending on fuel costs. So why would you take a load to, let's say you're going to go 500 miles and you're going to charge $4 a mile? What's that, $2,000? I don't understand. I mean, let me look at some of these rates on here real quick, because it just kind of, it just kind of confuses me whenever I see this, because when you see a load that's going Hickory, Mississippi, okay, so if I'm going to go to Hickory, Mississippi, where's my map? So from where I am right now, Hickory, Mississippi would be 417 miles. Okay. So if I wanted to charge $4 a mile, that's $1,668 to go 417 miles. Okay. But if I want to go to Dallas, Texas from here, okay, Dallas, Texas from here, that's 835 miles. So if you took that same $4 a mile rate to go from here to Dallas, Texas, that's 835 miles from here to Dallas, Texas. At $4 a mile, that's $3,340. But yet they wouldn't even dream of paying you $4 a mile. If you're lucky, you're going to get about, say, anywhere between $250 and about $280, maybe as much as $3 a mile. Okay. So if it costs you just as much to run 500 miles, costing you $1 a mile, and you're charging $4 a mile to go 500 miles, why would you charge half that, or maybe even 65% of that, to go twice as many miles? See, these are the things within this industry that make no sense to me. For about 20 years, I was a mechanical contractor, doing plumbing, heating, and air, and everything. And I sold my business several years ago. And when I got into this, I thought, well, I'm new to the industry. I'm learning. I'll learn more as I go, and things will probably begin to make a lot more sense. But they don't. They don't make any more sense now than they did the day that I started, because that makes no sense. Being knowing what your costs are, and you have to get that $1 a mile to cover your costs and to pay yourself. I'm fixing to take this load to Louisville, Kentucky from Knoxville, Tennessee, and it's paying me combined, deadhead and loaded, combined $436 a mile. Right, so $1,200 to go from Knoxville, Tennessee to Louisville, Kentucky, and I'll be loaded here in a few minutes, and it's gonna go straight through. So I'll deliver later tonight up in Louisville, Kentucky. Now, I can find loads leaving Louisville, you know, going to like Longview, Texas, and things like that. And Louisville, Kentucky to Longview, Texas should pay about $3,000, but you're not going to get that. You're going to get, well, let's see. What's the DAT board say? Let's see what the DAT board shows for that lane. Louisville, Kentucky to Longview, Texas. The high end for that lane is $3.37 a mile, and that's $2,544. It's not the $4 a mile. You know, $4 a mile puts you up there around $2,800. You'd be doing good to get $2,200, $2,300. But I just don't understand why. Why is it that longer trips pay less per mile than shorter trips, but it costs you the same per mile regardless of the length of the trip? That makes no sense to me. So anyway, that's enough of my confusion for one day. Just food for thought. Maybe one of you guys can go in the comments section and explain it to me, or shoot an email and explain it to me, but this just clearly makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. So anyway, I'll get out of here and let you guys do your thing. Please be careful out there, drive safe, and I'll see you on the road. Bye.